Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to sit down and talk about some of the winter activities I've done in New York City and share what I've learned along the way. I'm going to try to share activities that are in close proximity to each other for efficiency. I'm going to start in Midtown and then work my way downtown and then move into activities that are in other boroughs as well as upstate. I'm also going to include chapters so that you can easily skip ahead to what you are actually interested in. First stop, Central Park. Central Park is beautiful all year round. I encourage people to visit no matter what season it is, whether it's spring, summer, fall, or winter. But if you can catch it in the snow, it is extra magical. Whereas on the streets, the snow can turn brown and gross, Central Park is one area that you can see beautiful, undisturbed snow. Personally, I really like Shakespeare's Garden, Belvedere Castle, and Bethesda, which are all beautiful in the snow. You can also take horse-drawn carriage rides through Central Park, but I can't actually attest to that because I've never done it myself. I just know it's really expensive. Another benefit of checking out Central Park is that there's a lot of really awesome museums nearby, such as the Met and the American Museum of Natural History. If you're interested in ice skating, I think there are 2 different ice skating rinks in Central Park. Just don't go out on the frozen lakes because that is not safe. As you leave the park on 59th Street, you can also do some holiday shopping at the Columbus Circle Holiday Market. I personally haven't spent much time there, but I know there are a lot of people who really enjoy it. You can also check out the shops at Columbus Circle where there are a ton of stores and they also decorate special for winter. Another festive spot in the area is Grand Army Plaza where they decorate for both Christmas and Hanukkah. From there, you can head to Rockefeller Center. It might be a little cliche, but I do recommend that everyone go to see the Rockefeller Christmas tree at least once. The tree is massive and so beautiful. This year, it's an 80-foot tall Norway spruce from upstate New York. You can look at it from Rockefeller Plaza, but you can also head over to 5th Avenue to see it from a different view with other festive decor. They also do a special tree lighting every year with music and performances. By the time this video is up, it'll have already happened this year, but it's something to keep in mind for the future. I haven't done it myself yet, but it is something that I hope to do someday. While you're in Rockefeller Center, it's a good time to check out Bar 65 if you want a beautiful view of the Empire State Building without paying just for the view. My husband and I went there in 2017 to celebrate our engagement, and we enjoyed yummy food and drinks, festive decor, and a beautiful view. Also, if you see that the Empire State Building isn't the signature white, you can go to their website to find out why it is the color that it is. They do change the color for different holidays and special events. Across the street from Rockefeller Center, you can also head over to Saks Fifth Avenue for their holiday light show. Hundreds of thousands of lights are displayed on the facade of the building, and a light show goes off every 10 minutes throughout the evening. It can get really crowded, so I do recommend going early in the evening or late in the evening, as the middle light shows tend to be the most crowded. Another reason I recommend Rockefeller Center is because there's a lot of other activities you can do in the area, like ice skating and Radio City Music Hall. There are also museums, like the MoMA, and other iconic places like St. Patrick's Cathedral. There's also a lot of shopping, like the Nintendo store, the Lego store, and FAO Schwartz. Only a few blocks away, you can walk over to the Lotte New York Palace. If you're a Gossip Girl fan, you'll recognize this no matter what, but they also display a beautiful Christmas tree right out front. I believe they also decorate inside as well, but I haven't seen that myself. Along 6th Avenue, they also have other Christmas decor, like giant candy canes, giant Christmas lights, and giant ornaments. They also make for some really fun photos. From there, you can head to Times Square. Technically, this isn't winter specific, but I do recommend seeing a Broadway show if you can, because it is a little bit more special in the winter. Tickets can be pretty expensive, but you can enter the digital lottery, and you can also go to the TKTS booth in Times Square for a discount. In the past, they've also had giant snow globes in Times Square corresponding to different Broadway shows. I heard that they don't have them this year, but I'm including them anyway just in case they ever bring them back. There are also plenty of shops that people enjoy in Times Square, like the Disney store and the M&M store. My personal favorite is Hershey's Chocolate World. There, you can get yummy hot chocolates in different flavors, and you can also get s'mores in a variety of flavors as well. You can also customize your own giant Reese's. Last year, my husband and I made one, and I think it had Reese's Puffs, Reese's Pieces, Oreo crumbles, and marshmallow fluff, and let me tell you, it was delicious. About a 10-minute walk downtown, you can get to Bryant Park Winter Village. There, you can go ice skating, do some shopping, and get some tasty treats. I personally enjoyed Sweet Tooth, but there's a lot of other delicious desserts you can try as well. Heading further downtown, you can go to Serra by Birreria, which is a rooftop restaurant inside of Ely. The food is delicious and they make a point to decorate for different seasons. I've personally gone in the fall, but they also decorate for winter as well. Only a few blocks away, Harry Potter fans will love the Harry Potter store. When we went last year, we did have to wait in line to be let in, but it really didn't take too long. They have a lot of cool stuff that you can look at and things that you can buy, and they also have some tasty treats. Personally, we got the butterbeer ice cream last year and it was really yummy. A few avenues away, you'll find Rolfs, a German restaurant that is decorated for Christmas all year round. It is super decked out and festive. It's really popular at this time of year, so I do recommend getting a reservation for a table in advance or stopping by the bar for a drink. Just note that if you do want a table, you are required to buy one entree per person. If you head west, you can also enter the High Line, which is an elevated park that used to be a railroad along the west side. I'm not sure if they're going to have it again this year, but last year they had this beautiful area with lights powered by Genesis. They also had some other nearby decor, I think in the Meatpacking district. That was worth checking out as well. I've also heard that Chelsea Market is really cool in the winter, but I haven't checked that out myself. Leaving Manhattan, there are two things that I've really enjoyed in Brooklyn. Last year, they had the Polar Lounge at One Hotel Brooklyn Bridge. It was a rooftop bar made entirely of ice. The chairs and tables are ice, the drinks are served in ice, there's ice sculptures, literally everything is ice. Just be forewarned that last year they said that they would provide each guest with a jacket. They did not do that, so definitely come prepared. I also recommend stopping by the nearby Brooklyn Bridge Park for a gorgeous view of the Manhattan skyline and Brooklyn Bridge. If you're willing to make the trek, I also recommend heading out to Dyker Heights for some truly outstanding Christmas decor. This neighborhood really goes all out and it is a sight to be seen. It is far away from a lot of things that most people are doing if you don't live in Brooklyn, but it is worth the trek out there. The next two things that I'm going to talk about are both at the New York Botanical Garden in the Bronx. If you don't want to make the trip twice, you can do them both in the same evening, which is what me and my family did last year. First, we did the holiday train show. Not only do they have model trains throughout the garden, but they also have little models of iconic places throughout New York. My husband and I had a lot of fun identifying different buildings we recognized and places that we've been before. After that, we did Glow, which is a color and light experience with a lot of different photo ops. Like Saks Fifth Avenue, the lights are choreographed and set to music. They also have food and drinks and a few other activities you can check out, like live ice sculpturing. Of course, if you haven't been to the Botanical Garden before, I recommend coming a little bit earlier in the day and spending some additional time there because it's really beautiful. I personally have never really been there during the winter except for the train show and Glow, but I've gone at other times of the year and I think it's worth checking out. Now, if you're open to going further out of this city, we did go to Lumagica at Harvest Moon Orchard a few years ago. It looks like they call it the Festival of Lights now, but we did enjoy it when we went a few years ago. Just don't go there thinking that you can take the Metro North and then rely on an Uber, because there are no Ubers. Either rent a car or make sure that you have a pre-booked taxi instead. Also upstate, they once had this Harry Potter Forbidden Forest experience in Westchester. It looks like this year it's happening in Texas instead of New York, but if they ever bring it back or you can check it out somewhere else, I do recommend it. I enjoyed seeing all of the creatures that you know and love from Harry Potter and trying out some traditional British food. They also have butterbeer, house-themed hot chocolates, and other treats. I also want to include one honorable mention. We've already missed it this year, but did you know that you can go to the Upper West Side to view the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade floats being blown up? They do this the evening before, right around the Natural History Museum. It's a cool opportunity to get up close and personal with the floats, especially if you're not going to go to the parade itself, which I've never done because I'm a woman. This about wraps this up. There are so many amazing things that you can do in New York City around the holidays, but these are just some of the things that I have done and that I enjoyed. Please comment below and let me know if I mentioned anything that you have enjoyed yourself or anything that I forgot to include. I hope this video was helpful and I hope to see you in the next one. Happy holidays! They also had, Luna, do you want in? Luna's tail. I was gonna get up to let her in. She was like on her back. She was like,